Victor Crowley is still alive and well, and he starts killing all these people, like, brutally, and like, bloody as shit, like, the way he's supposed to be back in the day. You know, good cast of people, with good cameos from Robert Englund, Tony Todd. Kane Hodder actually plays Victor Crowley and his father.
Oh.
And it's a pretty good franchise. It spawned 2 more sequels, and then in the other 2 sequels, the main character they switched the main actors, because it became Danielle Harris from the Halloween 4 and 5.
Wow.
She was in the first one, they recast her. But, yeah, definitely recommend it.
Nice.
Hatchet.
Mine is less gory horror and more creepy and will just haunt you horror. Lords of Salem by Rob Zombie.
Oh, okay.
Okay, a lot of people shit on Rob Zombie films. Like
that was kind of good. I remember you got me to watch that.
It
was twisted.
either you love it or you hate what Rob Zombie puts out, and Lords of Salem does not get as much credit as it deserves.
You got to pay attention, though. That's
Yes.
you got to fucking pay attention.
And the thing is, it's not a scary movie. It doesn't jump out at you, but I guarantee you, days, weeks, maybe even months, because it happened to me months after the fact, you are going to still be thinking about this movie. It fucking haunts you. The movie centers around Heidi Hawthorne, played by Sherry Moon Zombie. She is a descendant from I believe, either the judge or the prosecutor of the Salem witch trials that put so many, 19, I know this for a fact now, 19 women to death in Salem for being accused of witchcraft. However, of course, in this Rob Zombie tale, the witchcraft they did was real, and it wasn't just little girls telling tales. Some of the descendants of those that were hung still practice witchcraft, and they produced this weird record which plays almost like a hymn that they sang back in the days of the Salem witch trials, and when you hear it, you get calls to your ancestral path. So many women begin killing. And the whole main reason they want to get Heidi Hawthorne is because since she is the descendant of those that persecuted everyone, they want to enact revenge on their prosecutor by impregnating her with Satan's baby. Towards the end, it becomes a Rob Zombie music video towards the end. Like, it gets really flashy and rat-finky, and there's a lot of old woman boob in the beginning.
No, not just boob, fully naked.
Yes, there's full frontal nudity with a lot of the
old
elderly women in there, because they're supposed to be the stereotypical old hag witches, so there is going to be a lot of that, but it is a very cleverly written tale. This movie is what actually made me fall in love with Sherry Moon Zombie and her acting.
Yeah, because this one, she really shows her acting chops. She really showed her acting chops in this one.
And again, it's not scary per se.
It's just twisted.
It's very twisted, and again, it fucking haunts you. Like, when we watched it, I couldn't figure out if I loved it or if I hated it. But months after the fact, I'm like, I'm still thinking about this, and I ended up buying the book and reading the book, and I'm listening to the soundtrack, and I want the shirt that the Sherry Moon Zombie wore, and I'm like, okay, I think I actually like this. Turns out I loved it. I fucking love this movie.
Yeah, it was one of those things that it'll literally sit on you and fester and marinate.
Yes, you can't stop thinking about it.
Mm-hmm.
You know? Next time I go to Salem, I gotta visit all the parts in that movie. That's what I should have done before I left, was watch the movie and go, gotta go there, gotta go there.
Bonus one I'm going to toss out there, and I think Miss Foxy's going to agree with me on this. If you want to stay up late and really fuck your brain up and really creep the shit out of yourself to the point where you will probably not fucking sleep ever again, In the Mouth of Madness.
Yeah. Yeah, that movie.
One of the creepiest fucking movies we had ever watched. Late night. A little backstory. We used to live in the attic of the house we currently live in, and so we would have to go to her mom's house her mom's apartment on the first floor to use the bathroom. And we both we sat there glued to and watched this movie. We became utterly fucking creeped out and couldn't sleep, and literally got so scared we had to pee so bad. Neither of us wanted to go down the fucking stairs at all. At all. We had to pee bad.
Yeah.
and nobody wanted to go down the stairs, and we couldn't sleep. I think we didn't go to sleep at least until dawn came up.
Yeah, I think so too.
Yeah.
I'm reading through the comments real quick. Actually, I'm gonna drop a fun fact here, because Danielle had written that her horror pick was "I Spit on Your Grave." Now
Okay.
here's a fun fact. Well, technically it's not so fun once I start explaining it,
Yeah.
but it's a little tidbit that I'm not sure many people know. Movies like "I Spit on Your Grave," An American Mary, they are classified as horror. However, movies of that nature are actually their own separate genre in themselves that many people don't call by that genre, and that genre is called rape revenge movies.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I just discovered this recently that it was his own genre, because on a technicality, some of them I wouldn't even consider horror. I would consider those more dramatic. But yeah, rape revenge movies is an actual genre itself, and there are a lot of movies dedicated to that. And while I really hate the fact that rape is such a catalyst to women in movies, where it's like, oh, can't you just be evil to be fucking evil for once? While I hate that portion, I really do like the fact that the revenge portion has become so big of a thing, and that it's not women relying on men to enact the revenge on them. You
Exactly.
know? So, yeah, a little fun fact there.
Okay.
Like I said, not so fun once you talk about it, but, you know.
Yeah.
You know what I mean, right?
Yeah.
Okay. All right, let's go. Let's lighten the mood up a little bit now. After
Yeah, let's go the other way. Let's go the other way.
Okay, 90s.
90s film. Oh, what we're just skipping over action. We're going to the decades.
What?
You miss 80s. So now
Yeah, I'm just picking 90s.
Oh, she's
Okay.
picking 90s. 90s film. Oh shit.
Yeah.
I was ready to go action. I wasn't ready for 90s. Fuck.
I'll
Come
go.
back. Come back to me.
I'll go.
You go.
Hackers.
Okay.
Okay. Hackers, again, it's one of those, cult classic movies. And if you have not watched it, I encourage you to watch it. Not just because it's like a 90s classic at this point, but because being that we're all older now, maybe you haven't seen it in a few years, you have to watch it just to sit there and look at the fact and go, holy shit, New York did not look like that in the 90s. Kids were really not like that in the 90s. Even though, I will admit, as a little girl from Jersey that had never been to New York at that time, I swore to God, I'm like, wow, New York is so cool. They're all on rollerblades, and they're all cybery, and
It wasn't
blah,
as
blah,
cool. It
blah.
wasn't that
I thought it
cool.
was like the most epic thing ever. But it's a hidden gem of a movie. Again, Angelina Jolie and her opening career moments. Johnny Lee Miller without an accent, which is odd now. And it's just funny. Like, looking at it now, it's fucking hysterical. And to anyone that did watch it back in the day, I can almost guarantee you watched it and you wanted to be a hacker. Because I know I did.
Yeah, everybody thought it was so simple.
Yes. Oh my God, yes, Brad, Train Spotting was amazing. That was such a great movie.
Never seen that one.
You've never seen Train Spotting, really?
No.
It is, with the exception of one small scene that I would encourage you to fast forward past.
Okay.
Such a good movie.
What's the scene that's so bad about it?
Dead baby.
Ah. Okay. Yeah.
I was surprised.
I was thinking about it, but since I already went with a dark comedy prior to, I didn't want to go that route. There were many 90s movies I could have picked, but one of the hidden gems, again, Hackers is definitely a hidden gem. Because you hear everyone talk about Empire Records, you hear everybody talk about, singles or those groundbreaking 90s movies. And Hackers was just there,
Yeah.
Spikes, you got one?
Yeah, I'm gonna say Mallrats.
Ooh, yes.
Yes. One of Kevin Smith earlier and low budget comedy movies.
Mm-hmm.
Again, going to the whole Jay and Silent Bob story before they were big.
Mm-hmm.
And basically, it's just about like this one guy who breaks up with his girlfriend. Then he goes to his best friend's house and he said, let's just go to the mall and hang out all day. And
Let's go to the mall. Sorry, I had to.
yeah, back in the day when the mall was the cool place to be.
Mallrats made the mall cool.
It did.
It
yeah.
really did.
It wasn't until after Mallrats that I started going to the mall more with my friends.
Yeah.
Like, let's just go to the mall. Let's just go hang out at the mall. Like,
Yeah, so they're at the mall. Then that's when there's turns out there's gonna be a game show that's gonna take place there with his ex-girlfriend as like the what what's the word?
It's like she's like a bachelorette.
Bachelorette, yeah. And then the same thing with his best friend, his ex-girlfriend that he's been fucking on the side is also there cheating on not kind of cheating on him, but with Ben Affleck's character that he hates to death. And just one whole big comedy, like, joke after joke. The basic Kevin Smith movie, but definitely recommend Mallrats.
90s movies made things cool if you really think about it.
It did, yeah.
Hackers made hacking cool. Mallrats made going to the mall with a bunch of your friends and doing nothing
Yeah.
cool. Like, Empire Records made record stores, like, super cool, and you always wanted to hang out in them. Like, 90s movies made things cool.
It really did, because it was a much more laid-back time, and it was definitely a time of people finding their identity.
Uh-huh.
Mm-hmm.
Do you have one?
Yes, I do.
Okay.
Dazed and Confused. If you have not seen Dazed and
I recently
Confused...
finally saw that movie.
Finally?
What'd you think?
Yeah.
What'd you think?
It was good.
Right?
Oh my
Yeah.
God.
So
It
good.
was really good.
If you have not... Okay, now, I mean, obviously at this point, Dazed and Confused is considered a classic. I think Dazed and Confused is beyond the cult classic point. It's become a classic.
Yes.
If you haven't seen Dazed and Confused, you've got to see it. It's just... It's so great. Granted, it's a movie based on the 70s, and that's before all of our times that age. But it's still relatable. And it's another one of those movies with a veritable of who's who. Along with, in his very first acting role, Matthew McConaughey.
Yep.
Where, if you didn't know, that's the origin of the rat. That's where it comes from. A lot of great lines in it.
Yeah.
Especially Matthew McConaughey's got some of the greatest fucking lines in that whole movie. And it's like, hey, you smoke, kid? No, I'd be a lot cooler if you did. It's like there's like so many just good fucking lines in that whole movie. I mean, and again, it's literally a veritable who's who in there. I mean, a lot of actors, some fell off and like that. Very young Ben Affleck. You've got Parker Posey,
Mila
Jovovich, very young Mila Jovovich. I think she was like 19, and everything like that. The one that played Lucas from Empire Records, he's in that. Of course, as we mentioned, Matthew McConaughey. I mean, there's a lot of people in it, and everything like that. Just a great fucking movie. And it's more than just a stoner movie. That's the thing. Like, everybody thinks it's all about the pot. It's not all about the pot.
It isn't.
It's the backdrop of it. It's more so about high school and the changing of the guard and whatever the case may be.
Standing up for what you believe in.
There's a lot of deeper tones to it, but done in a really great style.
Yeah.
And everything like that. Dazed and Confused, if you haven't seen it, it's a classic. See it.
And believe it or not, just like someone like Spike, like he had just recently seen it. This is also why we're doing these recommendations.
Yeah, because you've made it. Dogma was another great one. Yes, I love Dogma.
Oh my God, yes.
Love fucking Dogma.
Danielle's one of Danielle's 90s favorites is 10 Things I Hate About You. She talks about this one a lot. I'm half and half on that movie. I love all the literary references in it, of course, especially because it is based off of a Shakespeare play. I couldn't think of the word for a second. But the only thing that I just dislike about it so much is Julia Stiles. I hated her as an actress. I still hate her as an actress.
Yeah, no, you're not really big on her.
No, but I mean, I did love the smartness of it, I guess you could say. And like I said, it was very Shakespeare.
Yeah.
But yeah, Danielle always talks about that movie. Always.
And Heath Ledger was just a likable dickhead in that too.
I guess. I was never a Ledger fan,
just in general, yeah.
So, alright, so that's our 90s.
Yes.
Okay, we got action 80s and B.
Damn.
We need a Jeopardy.
Damn. Because the funny thing is, I got one B that can fall into action as well. But I also have like 3 action recommendations, but one of them falls into, I guess, the kind of the B. Well, B-rated movies, I would have to recommend shark movies.
I know. I have one as mine.
I hope we don't have the same one.
Swamp Shark?
Swamp Shark! Okay, so Foxy and I are going to recommend the same B-rated movie.
Yes.
Now, the funny thing about Swamp Shark, okay, obviously Swamp Shark, from the sound of it, is a B-rated shark movie.
Yes.
Now, here's the funny aspect, especially comes from us. When you tune in for a B-rated shark movie, you intend on all of it. You You want to see the worst of the worst, the bad. You want it to be terrible because it's supposed to be terrible. And we're sitting there